soir. Oui, non, à chaque fois je me demande si je dois faire un résumé ou pas, mais normalement il y a le résumé inclus dans le jeu. Donc let's go. Je pense que je vais faire un épisode chaque stream, ce sera plus simple. J'ai pas envie de streamer trop tard. Let's go.
Previously on Alan Wake, Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote.
Et Thomas Zane, c'était l'auteur des livres qu'il y avait dans le flashback, il me semble. Dans le bureau de sa femme, ou dans son bureau à lui d'ailleurs.
Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Come on, mister. I'll take you to Rose's trailer. Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers.
Ok, il y a de l'encre, non?
Not far.
Il y a des traces d'encre, je sais pas quoi. Peut-être juste
Listen, I
du
got
pétrole.
things to do. This place don't run itself. Oh, give me a break, mister. Can we just get a move on?
Attends, l'entrée de ton truc, il est derrière? Il est en train de rentrer chez elle,
A
non?
local girl, Barbara
Ah non, mais on fait le tour à cause du bateau.
Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Pourquoi il y avait des corbeaux là? Ok, donc c'était la vieille qu'on avait vue au commissariat, il me semble. Et au tout début devant les toilettes. Où on nous a filé la fausse clé.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
Elle s'appelle Marigold, comme Triss. Non, c'est Marigold, je crois, Triss.
Welcome to... Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Hey, this is really good. Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What? What?
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
Il y a des plans, ils sont vraiment trop cool.
I felt nauseous, hungover.
Ok.
Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Par contre, c'est un peu creepy. Là, elle avait un hôtel dédié à Alan Wake. Ouais, je me souviens plus où est-ce qu'on voyait les livres de Thomas Zane. Il me semble bien que c'était dans le bureau d'Alan Wake. Dans le flashback à New York. Bizarre.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
Oups, je l'ai coupé.
Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
You're right. I deserve more money.
Il a pas l'air d'aller bien.
So handsome.
Attends, il vient de se faire posséder.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like to hear today's specials? Thank you. A nice day. Come back soon.
On peut pas appeler genre médecin là?
My gun and flashlight were gone.
Oh non.
I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste. Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
Ouais, super, du coup il y a le shérif qui est sur la route. Ouais, du coup j'ai l'impression qu'on perd systématiquement les armes d'un chapitre à l'autre, donc faut pas que j'hésite à utiliser les munitions. Ah putain, puis je vais pas pouvoir amener la voiture ici à cause du bateau. Il va y avoir un truc avec les poubelles plus tard, c'est sûr.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air, and let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on KBF FM.
Hey, Pat, it's Walt Snyder.
What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I am the way you are, but, well, I can't sleep either, you know? I just been staring out the window here, trying to make sense of it all, but, I ain't been drinking either, you know, I just...
Well, you sound like a man with a problem, Walt.
I had a, argument with Danny, and, then I got in trouble with the law, and, I'm just, well...
I heard something like that, Walt.
Yeah, well, Danny's my best friend, and, they let me out on bail today, and now I'm just alone here at the window, waiting. Man, and there's something in the air tonight, man.
I was just outside looking up at the sky above our broadcast tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I don't know. Something's gonna happen. I think I better go.
Well, Walt, maybe...
No, thanks, Pat.
Well, good luck to you, Walt. Hang in there. Let's take a little break, folks. This weather's really something else, huh?
How can I be sure you'll walk away?
Ok. Ce genre de truc à la libre antenne qui passe, ça rassure pas vraiment. Pour le moment il n'y a pas d'ennemis donc ça va. Par contre j'ai pas de lampe torche derrière. S'il y a des ennemis, je suis dans la merde. Mais il est là-bas lui. Ah mais il a appelé le shérif. La shérif.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl. This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your
Hemingway?
goddamn face!
Ah oui, pour l'écrivain, ok. Bah super.
What are you? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Give it up, Mr. Wake. Come on.
Ah putain, on a envie de me faire traquer. Alors d'un côté j'ai envie de dire s'il tire c'est que je dois être vraiment full recherché, mais en même temps si les flics avaient besoin d'une raison pour tirer sur les gens ça se saurait. C'est peut-être juste un trou de balle qui se prend pour un cow-boy. Ils sont pas doués, quand même un giga gros sentier. Et ils arrivent pas à voir que je suis en train de le suivre. Attends, je vais traverser la route là, non? C'est quoi ça? C'est une page?
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Donc en fait, en arrivant ici, je vais dire Wake l'a réveillé. Peut-être pour ça qu'il porte ce nom. Bref, on verra. Oh non, il va y avoir des ennemis. J'ai aucune arme. Pas une lampe torche ou une arme là? Le grand classique agent du FBI qui vient empiéter sur les plates-bandes de la police locale. Je crois qu'il y a une page là-bas.
Rose didn't know how the strange old lady got in her trailer, and she looked wrong somehow. The woman showed her teeth in an approximation of a smile and traced a finger down Rose's cheek. "Pretty girl," she said. Rose felt as if she was falling asleep, but her knees didn't buckle. The crone spoke in a whisper, her words ice cold and dark in Rose's ear.
Bon, s'il y a une lampe, c'est qu'à mon avis, il va y avoir des ennemis. Je sais pas ce qui est pire entre des ennemis genre flics qui ont des armes, humains, ou des monstres, enfin des ombres. Ah, il y a un... Ah non, je croyais que c'était des pages là-bas, mais... Ah, ils vont se faire attaquer. Nice. J'ai failli tomber. Bon. Au moins, j'ai plus trop à m'inquiéter des flics.
Everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Ouais, une petite lampe torche là. Bon, en tout cas, la shérif a l'air quand même sensée. Plus ou moins. Pour un flic. Il m'a vu? Putain, c'est un hélico du FBI. Ah mais c'est pas le moment. Ah mais il l'attaque lui. Nice. Sympa. Bah ça m'arrange. Je prends. Bon là on va sans doute trouver au moins une lampe torche. Attention jumpscare. C'est quoi, c'est une station-service? Très bien.
I could see the lights of the radio station in the distance.
C'est là où je dois aller. Parce que là, j'ai pas vraiment de but. Ah si, je suis censé avoir rendez-vous avec mon ravisseur. Enfin, avec le ravisseur de sa femme. Mais je me souviens plus si c'est à la station radio ou ailleurs.
Thornton here. Gates, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, what are you doing? Come on! Sit down and give me that. Jane, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, if you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both of them. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The, Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh, yeah, I bet it does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
Ok, donc les flics locaux ont récupéré Rose et Barry. Donc, bah c'est cool.
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
Ah oui, d'accord. Donc c'est à la mine de charbon que j'ai rendez-vous. Mais comme le gars de la radio a l'air sympa, on va aller lui demander les indications.
Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
D'un côté, je me sens un peu sans défense, sans la lampe torche. De l'autre, je me dis que tant que j'ai pas la lampe torche, il y a peu de chances que je me fasse attaquer. Donc, c'est peut-être pas si mal que ça de pas en avoir. Ouais, il va falloir utiliser ça.
There was no power to the searchlight.
Bien. Fait des étincelles partout. Ok. C'est normal ça? Nice. Enfin, nice et pas nice en même temps.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Team 1, come in. Over. Team 1, this is Sheriff Breaker. Report. Over.
Ouais, mais tout le monde est mort. Ok, donc là c'est sûr, il va y avoir des ennemis. Lampe torche plus les grenades. Je suis malheureusement trop bien équipé. Ah putain, mais c'est des fantômes de flics. Quelle angoisse. Double angoisse, quoi. Heureusement, ils ont pas leurs armes. Oh, court tellement vite. Aïe. Lol. Oh, je vois rien. Non, j'ai plus d'énergie. Allez, barre-toi. Pourquoi la musique reste? Ok.
And here's another call. You're on KBF-FM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door and they're popping off guns there.
They're still shooting?
No, it was maybe 10-15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like no party.
I'm certainly going to give the station a call, Milt.
Okay.
You'll hear it here as soon as I hear from them.
Okay, thanks.
Ah non, mais...
Touched by the dark presence, Rose was lost in a dreamland where everything was drawn in black and gray crayons. The old lady had promised her that all her wishes would come true. She would be Alan Wake's muse. She was smiling so hard it hurt her face. She crushed a bottle full of sleeping pills into the coffee. Deep down inside, she was screaming in terror.
Pas une arme. Fuck you. Wow. Crevé. Je suis déjà à la station radio. J'aurais dû fermer ma gueule, je vais me faire attaquer. Nice. Oh, not nice.
hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Oh, why, hello, Lorna. What do you have for us?
Well, I just don't see why the cops bother with the trailer park.
What do you mean?
It's a trailer park. Of course you're going to have trouble in a place like that. I mean, what do you
Super.
expect? The sheriff should be helping us normal citizens.
T'as personne? En même temps, c'est la nocturne. En général, il n'y a pas un gros staff, surtout que c'est une radio locale.
Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer
Mais annonce pas, gros con.
walked in, folks. I'm gonna see if I can talk him into an interview.
Je suis l'incognito.
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Bah voilà, super. Ok, il va faire tous les auteurs.
Well, everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him. What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Bah super, j'aurais pu faire une interview.
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
Il a un problème là. Ah, il y a un train. Ouais, donc les mines ça doit être là-bas. Il a un problème l'agent du FBI là.
Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
Ouais, c'est reparti. Je sais pas ce que j'ai allumé. Ok. Nice. Bon, je dis nice, mais j'ai que 18 balles pour le moment. Faut que je fasse attention. Oh. Nul à chier en esquive.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
Ils mettent plusieurs revolvers au cas où on en est raté un. Ouais, donc techniquement, on peut ne pas du tout prendre le revolver. Ok. Et évidemment. Je sais pas s'ils reviennent. Ouais, ils vont revenir. Essayer de pas trop traîner. Un truc là-bas. Ouais, c'est une page. I need it. Je vais me faire attaquer en revenant, c'est sûr.
The bulldozer's engine roared to life. Mud and rocks flew as it fought for traction. It crashed through the concrete wall and landed heavily in the yard. If it were an animal, it would have shaken its head after the impact, fixed its eyes on me, and charged. Of course, it had no head, nor eyes. Shadows crawled on its form, twisting it into a monster. Then, it came for me.
Ok. On va affronter un bulldozer. Et du coup, je crois que j'ai raté. Ouais, j'ai dû rater une page. Tant pis. Pas que je commence à vouloir tout fouiller parce que je vais jamais m'en sortir et c'est pas le but. C'est vraiment cool l'effet avec toutes les feuilles qui bougent et tout.
Sarah trusted her gut, and her gut said Agent Nightingale was an asshole. He felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer her questions. Federal business was all he'd say.
C'est louche. Ah, c'est le train. Je sais pas si genre il est... Il est sous l'emprise des ténèbres là. Ou si c'est juste un abruti.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan, I'm so afraid. Keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me.
Grande chance que ça soit pas du tout elle, mais ok.
The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage, before it flew at me again.
Ok. On va aller voir ce qu'il y a là-bas. Je suis vraiment pas solide sur mes appuis. Je fais un mini arrêt cardiaque à chaque apparition d'ennemis.
I could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Je sens que ça va pas être cool le pont. On n'aura aucun échappatoire. C'est long. Et c'est pas très large. Oh wow. C'est impossible qu'il se passe rien. Ouais. Ah, c'est ça les fameux tuyaux qui attaquent.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Ok. Sérieux? Putain, la violence. Voilà, je sais pas pourquoi il y a eu un flash blanc, mais a priori c'est fini. Et ben ouais, j'aime pas trop les les ombres là, enfin les objets possédés. On n'a pas encore eu le bulldozer.
I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me.
Ok. Du coup, si je trouve un chalet, je sais à quoi m'attendre dès que je vais rentrer dedans.
As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
Nice. Ah oui, mais alors du coup, si on me file un truc bien, c'est que... c'est qu'il va falloir l'utiliser sans doute. Je suis parano. Évidemment. pas m'éterniser. Oh non. Ok. Not ok. Mais il résiste, c'est quoi ce bordel? Fuck you. Ah, il veut bien que je m'occupe des petits en premier. Parce que je les one-shot et au moins ils arrêtent de me faire chier. C'est ouvert là? Ouais, il y a une sirène. Ah, une autre émission de télé. Mon truc préféré du jeu.
Unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Derleth's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Derleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition, but you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Derleth.
Well, I guess that's the least What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
What did you...
Oh, Mr. Derleth, you have well pleased
You.
the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall be glory. Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
Alvin Derleth learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. In Night Springs.
Bah super. Je guette la présence d'un éventuel bulldozer. J'en vois pas, mais il est peut-être juste en dessous là dans le container.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
Okay. Oh non. Les secondes. Oh putain, mais en plus il y a des gens. Ouf. J'ai ouvert la porte. Nice. Bon, par contre, j'ai flingué toutes mes grenades, mais j'avais bien fait de les garder. Je vais passer sur ça au cas où, parce que c'est quand même vachement fort les grenades. Autant les garder. C'est presque décevant la vitesse à laquelle je l'ai eu. Une voiture. Ah non, ça va encore être à moi de piloter, non? Je crois pas.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now.
Okay.
Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
Il se fout de moi là, j'ai plus mes armes, j'ai plus ma lampe torche et tout. Il a tout laissé. Quel abruti.
Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the Dark Presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
Je sais pas si je devrais m'arrêter pour fouiller ou pas. J'avoue, j'ai un peu la flemme. Oula. Merde. Ça se voit que c'est pas un jeu de voiture. La conduite, elle est immonde. Attends, parce que là, il doit y avoir des trucs.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big-shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass, not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble.
Bah ouais.
Sure, you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
Ok. Il y en a au moins un qui est à peu près compréhensif apparemment. Je peux changer de voiture. Let's go. Il y avait une touche pour accélérer et foncer sur les ennemis, mais ça marche pas. Peut-être que c'est que la nuit. Ah, il y a le chalet là-haut. Le chalet où il faut pas aller. Ah non, c'est pas le même. Je prends mon temps, je visite. Pendant qu'il fait jour et que je suis tranquille.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me that's strange because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? Hey, there's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
Ok. Il dit que genre... Il a eu qu'un seul vrai amour dans sa vie et tout. Mais en même temps, il nous dit qu'une fois qu'il l'a laissé partir, il a arrêté de chercher, quoi. Donc, il n'y a peut-être pas que un amour véritable dans sa vie, c'est juste qu'il a arrêté de chercher après le premier. Même après l'avoir perdu. Pas mal cette voiture. Et donc les gens laissent leur voiture sans les fermer avec les clés sur le contact. Pourquoi pas, hein. C'est un peu sinistre. Il y a forcément un truc là-haut. C'est impossible qu'il n'y ait rien là-haut. Wow. Ah, ça c'est toutes les pages qu'on peut avoir dans cette section-là où on peut un peu se balader.
For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much.
Ok, donc Mott c'est le chasseur slash militaire qui était sur le bateau, il me semble. A priori. Bon, c'est... Je vais pas fouiller partout dans la zone parce qu'a priori il y a l'air d'y avoir pas mal de trucs à choper. C'est un peu dommage parce que c'est intéressant les pages, mais bon. Je préfère quand on les met sur mon chemin. J'en aurais quand même eu quelques-unes, mais bon.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Putain, par contre, il a vraiment décidé de pas garder ses armes et la lampe torche. Bon, bah, tant qu'à faire, hein, si on est en avance. On va visiter le musée.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good. I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Wake.
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by
You
you.
want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? I'm gonna kill him! I had to get to Mirror Peak.
Super. What? What?
It was close.
Fuck you.
Closer than ever before.
Bon, moi j'ai récupéré mes armes, munitions et tout. Super.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
Attends, mais j'ai un peu du mal à remettre les noms, machin, la Barbara Jagger, c'est... J'arrive pas à savoir si c'est la dame qu'on a vue au poste, qui parlait bizarrement mais qui avait l'air gentille, ou la vieille en noir là qui est clairement malveillante. File des armes au cas où. Oh, super. Bah super. Waouh. Ouais, les attaques d'objets, ça va être un gros problème, je pense. Faut vraiment que je pense à esquiver et que j'esquive mieux. What? Ok. Ils vont glitcher à travers le truc. Ah oui d'accord, je suis censé me jeter là-dedans. Bonne ambiance. Bon.
What the hell?
Ok. Ouais, il faudrait que je coupe le courant avant d'y aller. J'ai jusque là-bas et ensuite que je revienne là, alors que je veux juste aller là-bas normalement. Quel enfer.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Let's go. Trop marrant. Alors pas trop marrant la caméra, mais sinon c'est... J'avais pas vu. Alors, je sens que sur le retour ça va pas être que des humains qui vont m'attaquer. Enfin des humains. Des formes humaines. Ah, j'avais bien senti. Au secours la caméra. Ouais allez salut. Au secours. Esquive qui marche pas. Allez hop, en plus. J'ai pas votre temps moi. Faut chier avec leur jumpscare. Il y en a d'autres? Oh putain, il y en a d'autres. Bon, je m'en sors pas trop mal à chaque fois, mais vraiment les jumpscares faut arrêter. Hein. Alors d'où ça va venir cette fois? Des objets encore, je pense. Ah non. Ok, Mulder.
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the Dark Presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
J'ai rien compris. Ok. Là-bas, il y a une porte derrière une voiture. Je suppose que c'est mon objectif. Je suppose qu'on va m'empêcher de l'atteindre. J'ai eu peur. Ok. Attention les yeux.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
Merde, je m'attendais à ce qu'on puisse prendre la voiture. Je suis censé aller là-bas, donc il y a peut-être un truc par là. Nope. J'ai combien de grenades? J'en ai 6. Faut pas que je les oublie parce qu'à mon avis il va y avoir des trucs chauds là. C'est Super Mario Sunshine. Oh non. Ils peuvent monter là, je sais. Ah oui, ils peuvent totalement monter. Ok, je sens qu'il va y avoir du monde. Ok. J'avais pas envie de claquer une grenade. Même si en vrai, je pense que c'était
I stared through the bars of the
justifié.
jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
Donc on va finir par se faire attraper. Presque envie de dire à quoi bon du coup de continuer, mais on est obligé de suivre le script. Et c'est ça qui est marrant du coup en fait, c'est que les pages du manuscrit elles nous spoilent en tant que joueur-joueuse, mais elles le spoilent lui aussi en fait, et il est obligé tout comme nous, de suivre le script. Pas pour les mêmes raisons, c'est-à-dire que lui il veut retrouver sa femme. Et nous on est obligé parce que c'est un jeu vidéo et qu'on doit suivre le script. Mais c'est le cas dans tous les jeux vidéo, donc c'est marrant que pour une fois le personnage... Et merde. Soit lui aussi obligé de suivre le script. Aïe. Je sais pas si c'est quelque chose qui a été abordé pendant la conception du jeu. Genre je sais pas s'ils ont voulu être aussi méta, j'ai failli tomber. Mais moi c'est quelque chose qui me parle en y jouant, donc du coup c'est pertinent pour moi. Censé aller où là en vrai? Pas trop d'indications. Oula, beaucoup de stuff. Les os.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Nice. Attends, le fusil de chasse et le fusil à pompe ont les mêmes munitions? Ça me paraît un peu étrange. Le sortir tout de suite. Voilà, je suppose qu'il y a quelque chose d'optionnel. Et je suppose que je vais me faire déglinguer. Ouais. Et c'est vraiment très fort les projecteurs sur les ennemis. Ah non mais en vrai je peux passer par là. Heureusement ils sont un peu teubés quand même. Enfin ils voient pas les lumières et tout. Ça c'est le bouger. Ouais, en fait il y avait deux chemins possibles. Aïe. Quoi? Quelle arnaque. Ouais du coup ça les repousse pas totalement en vrai. Faut que j'aille voir ce qu'il y a là-bas. J'aurais dû activer la lampe avant. Je vais sans doute crever. Ouais, du coup, ils peuvent quand même avancer dans le rayon de lumière. Un peu injuste. C'est vrai que j'ai un lance-fusée. Ouais, il faut que je le garde pour les... Vachement. Pour les piafs. Oh. pas si ça passe par là. Je tente. Je suis pas très à l'aise, il me reste pas énormément de vie. Il faudrait que je rush vers la fin. Allez, laisse-moi allumer, merci. Oh, Nick. C'était quand le dernier checkpoint? Oh non. Bon, je vais rusher, hein. Grosse flemme. De toute façon, il me semble que j'avais rien trouvé de spécial. Ni à droite, ni à gauche.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Je vais utiliser le fusil à pompe, hein. Pas se faire chier. Let's go. Font chier à cette épée là. La triche. Fuck you. Mais Nick. Insupportable. Ça se trouve, j'aurais dû juste me barrer. Je savais pas qu'il y avait une lampe ici. Ok, nice. Bon, j'ai sans doute raté des pages, mais... J'avoue que je m'en tape un peu.
In the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
C'est quoi, c'est un cimetière de mineurs?
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
Effectivement. Oh là 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 là. Calmos. Il y en a un qui est passé sur ma gauche, mais je sais pas où il est. Ok. Putain, je pensais que ça allait être fini au moment où j'ai pris la voiture, mais en fait, ouais. Chaque chapitre dure quand même bien au moins 2 heures, quoi. Enfin, 1h30, 2 heures. Du coup, c'était trop court pour la première partie. Il faut encore que je traverse tout ça. C'est relou.
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Ok. Du calme.
Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight, something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
Ben ouais, super. Traverser la ville fantôme. Ok, donc une ville fantôme. Avec un cimetière blindé d'employés de la mine qui ont bossé dans des mauvaises conditions et qui sont morts. De toute façon, j'ai l'impression que même les morts qui ont eu une vie, on va dire, satisfaisante, enfin les ombres de personnes qui ont eu une vie satisfaisante, j'ai pas l'impression qu'ils soient spécialement sympas avec moi. Donc ça change pas grand chose. Salut Akanaïs. Eh bien, bon lurk. Je pense que je suis pas loin de la fin du chapitre. Et quand je l'aurai fini, j'arrête le stream. Donc je sais pas combien de temps il reste. Mais à mon avis, pas beaucoup. Je sais pas s'il va y avoir un gros combat ou plein de petits combats. Ok, ça va chier. Ça va être les objets, non? Ouais, super. Ah, j'aime pas les objets qui attaquent. J'ai zéro réflexe. Terrible. En plus, genre, il y a le moteur physique, du coup, quand ils se jettent sur le sol, bah ils rebondissent bizarrement et les esquives, une fois sur deux, elles marchent pas. Non, c'était pas ça que je voulais. Ah, quoique, ça marche bien. Oula, j'ai eu de la chance. Je vais attendre que ma lampe recharge. Quoique en vrai. Oh non. Dès qu'il y a un truc un peu ouvert, voilà. Ah, ça marche trop bien les grenades. Oh. Alors ça marche trop bien quand je vise là où il faut. Non, c'est bon. Il m'en reste 7. C'est quoi? Des clés. Première fois dans tout le jeu que je trouve... Ah non, il y en avait au tout début. Dans le chalet. Ça a l'air cosy.
Anything outside of writing is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
Ok, donc les livres de Thomas Zane, c'était pas dans son flashback, c'était dans le chalet en bas. J'ai confondu. Le son du... c'est pas tellement volontaire, mais... c'est le meilleur moyen que j'ai trouvé de tout équilibrer. Carabine, c'est mieux ou c'est moins bien que le fusil à pompe? Pourquoi j'ai que 11 balles? Ah oui d'accord, c'est pas les mêmes balles, mais du coup, ouais, ok. C'est soit l'un, soit l'autre. Bon, je suppose qu'on va en avoir besoin. Ok.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
Mais j'entends une respiration là, c'est... c'est très dérangeant. Oh non, les pièges. Il m'attaque ou il m'attaque pas? Oh putain, et puis en plus il faut passer sur un petit... un petit pont. J'aurais pas dû tirer. Faut pas que je défonce des balles comme ça. Ah non mais je suis censé rentrer là? Oh non. Je dois aller où? Ah ouais, il faut traverser toutes les mines pour arriver là-haut, je pense. Salut Spider13. Ouais, le jeu a bien vieilli. Après, je pense que la version PC a peut-être été un peu retouchée par rapport à la version 360. Je l'avais fait sur 360 à l'époque. Mais franchement, il a bien vieilli. Évidemment. Attends, il y avait un chemin là? Genre, je suis arrivé par là, j'ai fait ça. Il me semblait avoir regardé là. Putain, on dirait un motif là, les trucs qui volent. Trop bizarre. Bref. Oui. Oui, c'est moi. Ouais, donc les mines vont jusqu'au lac. C'est censé vouloir dire quoi?
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain.
Effectivement, sans prévenir.
Alice?
Alice!
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here. The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard.
C'est des nouveaux ennemis ou c'est des ennemis que j'ai déjà eus? Il me semble que j'ai déjà combattu les chasseurs. Ah ouais, donc ça en fait ça rejoint directement le lac. Je pense. Mais du coup je vois pas ce que ça implique par rapport aux événements chelous. Peut-être juste parce que le lac c'est le centre des événements chelous et donc vu que ça communique avec le lac, et ben là aussi il se passe des trucs.
Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought, just let me get through this.
Attends, Nightingale, donc l'agent du FBI. Ah oui, il pense qu'en fait... Il pense que nous, on est le cerveau du truc et que c'est nous qui influençons tout le monde. Oui, ça explique pourquoi il tire à vue et pourquoi il a pas l'air de vouloir discuter. Bon, je suppose qu'on va pas pouvoir aller là-bas. Évidemment. Il me semblait bien avoir vu un truc là-bas derrière. Passe pas devant. Relou. Ouais, je suis nul. Oula.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Ah oui, d'accord. On va faire descendre ça, passer là, puis monter. Hop, et hop. Je suppose que... qu'on va pas me laisser faire ça tranquillement. Ça me paraît un peu gros ça. Ah ouais, non, attends. Faut le mettre à la même hauteur et ensuite aller là-bas en face et après monter. Ok. Bon, je pensais qu'il fallait aller là tout de suite, mais... Ok. Bon, je m'attendais à ce qu'il y ait des ennemis pendant le puzzle, mais non. Tant mieux. fait jour? Ah oui, non. C'était parce qu'il y avait un filtre de couleur à l'intérieur de la mine. Ok. Attends, c'est là-bas que je dois aller? Il y a un téléphérique. Ah oui, non, c'est là où il faut que j'aille. Mais du coup, là, il y a quoi? Merde. Je suis en train de rêvasser. Hein. Ah oui, non, d'accord. Je pensais que le poste d'observation était là-haut, mais... A priori, c'est là-bas en face.
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
What? J'ai rien compris. Ok. C'est bizarre du coup, ici ça paraît... Enfin, ça semble être un meilleur poste d'observation que là-bas. Mais bon. C'est pas moi qui fais les règles. Hein. Après c'était peut-être moins accessible ici vu qu'il faut passer par la mine. Bon alors vu tout ce qu'on me donne, je suppose que les pierres vont m'aggro pendant le téléphérique. Sympa la balade. Ah oui d'accord. Ça c'est chiant. Il y a plusieurs groupes et du coup je sais jamais lequel attaque. Je sais jamais d'où ils arrivent aussi. Ah bah non, je suis juste à côté. Faut sauter Ça répond à ma question. Oh non, mais laissez-moi tranquille là. Je suis pas intéressé. Wow.
Shit.
Zut, il a dit. J'ai senti qu'il fallait sortir la carabine avant même qu'on me la donne. Ah mais on est revenu vers... Ah oui, en fait c'est à côté de Cold Lake. Très bien. On voit rien d'ici. Putain, mais c'est encore loin. Me dis pas que c'est tout là-haut. Poste d'observation. Ah oui, d'accord. Plus la merde ce pont. Pourtant il a l'air solide, mais... Pas faire demi-tour. Ah. Super ambiance. Bon, merci le mode facile. J'arrive vraiment pas à savoir où est l'endroit que je suis censé atteindre.
Maud had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
Ok, donc Mott, si c'est bien le gars qui était sur le bateau, ça veut dire depuis le début, enfin depuis qu'on arrive ici, on est surveillé par un gars en fait. Et du coup il a suivi le couple. Et il s'est rendu au lac juste après eux, sauf que ouais. Nous quand on y allait, il y avait un chalet. Je sais pas si à un moment on sait ce qui se passe vraiment dans le monde réel, entre guillemets. Parce que sinon on a vu un chalet, j'imagine qu'on était déjà sous l'emprise des ténèbres ou je sais pas quoi. Mais du coup la question c'est, dans le monde réel ils se sont rendus où exactement, lui et sa femme? Ça se trouve ils sont juste rentrés dans le lac. Ouah. Mais il est ultra long ce chapitre en fait. Chaque fois il y a un nouveau truc. Ah donc c'est... TZ c'est Thomas Zane. CW c'est la meuf, non? Je sais plus comment elle s'appelle. Wow. Ah, avec cursure. Ok, donc c'est pour ça qu'elle est devenue un peu... un peu illuminée, on va dire. Très bien. Et donc c'est elle qui a laissé des trucs dans les caisses de secours et tout. A priori. Bah oui. Ça paraissait logique. Oui. Ah, c'est lui l'histoire du marteau là, je sais pas quoi. Ah, ça one shot en fait la carabine. Genre même les ennemis forts ça les one shot. Eh oui.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
C'est peut-être le shérif qui nous cherche, non?
I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find. I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
Ah. Je sens que ça va compliquer les choses. Ouais, du coup, je voyais la clinique là-bas et je me disais, tiens, on n'y est pas encore allé. J'imagine que le prochain chapitre sera là-bas.
Wait! Are you? Wait! Hey, I'm here! I'm coming! No! Get away! Sorry! Please, wait! The boss didn't know who he was messing with! I didn't know! I swear, I didn't know! We don't have his wife! We don't know where she is! She's probably drowned! We just said we had her to make a play!
Merde. Bon, j'ai niqué la fin du dialogue. Ok, bon, on n'a pas un gros cliffhanger pour cette fois. Mais c'est encore la merde.
Oh my, what a wretched life. I was born on the day that my poor mama died. I was cut from her belly with a Stanley knife. My daddy did a jig with a drunk midwife. Who's that yonder hole in flames, dragging behind him a sack of chains? Who's that yonder hole in flames? Well, up jumped the devil and he staked his claim on me.
Charmante cette musique. Mais du coup... Bon, du coup, le gars là qui nous faisait chanter, il a jamais eu Alice en otage en fait. Ils savent pas du tout où elle est. Et là, visiblement, il était en train de parler à la vieille, donc aux ténèbres. Mais il a dit le chef, donc il bosse pour quelqu'un. Et l'agent du FBI, on sait toujours pas ce qu'il fout là, qui l'a envoyé, pourquoi. C'est chelouche. Non, pas pris juste lui. Laisse-moi. Hop. Ok. Du coup, prochaine fois, si j'en crois le bout de manuscrit qu'on a eu, je pense que ça se passera... En tout cas, ça commencera probablement à la clinique. Du docteur... je sais plus comment il s'appelle. Hartman. Qu'on a vu une fois. Et on lui a mis une droite.